Listen, let me tell you something. Success is a mind game. If you don't control what goes into your head, life will do it for you. And let me warn you, life, society, and negativity will brainwash you into thinking small, doubting yourself, and settling for less. So if they can brainwash you for failure, why can't you brainwash yourself for success? Your mind is a magnet, constantly attracting the things you focus on the most. If you dwell on negativity, problems, and fears, you will draw more of that into your life. If you shift your focus to success, opportunities, and growth, your mind will start working in ways to bring those things into your reality. The way you think creates the environment around you. The thoughts you entertain daily shape your decisions, your actions, and ultimately your results. People who are successful aren't just lucky, they have trained their minds to expect success. They don't wake up doubting themselves or worrying about failure. They wake up seeing the possibilities, believing in their potential, and focusing on the opportunities in front of them. That mindset changes everything. It pushes them to take action when others hesitate. It gives them the confidence to walk into rooms they once thought they didn't belong in. It makes them resilient when life throws challenges their way. If you constantly tell yourself that life is unfair, that nothing ever works out for you, that you're not good enough, guess what? Your mind will find ways to prove you right. You'll notice every setback, every rejection, every struggle, and use them as confirmation that you were never meant to succeed. But if you shift that thought process and start telling yourself that you are capable, that success is coming your way, that setbacks are just setups for comebacks, then your mind will start looking for ways to bring those things to life. The reason most people never achieve their dreams isn't because they lack talent or resources, it's because they have trained their minds to expect less. They've been conditioned to believe that success is for other people, that wealth, happiness, and fulfillment are out of reach for them. But the truth is, the only difference between those who win and those who don't is mindset. The ones who win understand that the mind is like a garden. Whatever you plant in it grows. If you plant seeds of doubt, fear, and negativity, that's what will flourish. But if you plant seeds of faith, ambition, and determination, you'll start seeing the results you have to be intentional about what you allow into your mind. Most people don't even realize how much negativity they consume on a daily basis. They wake up and the first thing they do is check the news, scroll through social media, and feed their minds with worry, drama, and comparison. Then they wonder why they feel stuck, unmotivated, and lost. It's because their mind is being programmed with things that don't serve them. Instead of filling your mind with distractions and doubts, you have to start filling it with things that push you forward. Listen to powerful messages, read books that challenge your thinking, and surround yourself with people who inspire you. Your mind is always absorbing something. It's up to you to decide whether it's helping or hurting you. People who become successful train themselves to see opportunities where others see obstacles. It's not that they never experience failure or disappointment, but they refuse to let those things define them. They have wired their minds to push forward, to learn from mistakes, and to believe that something better is always ahead. The way you think determines the way you live. If you don't like where you are right now, the first thing you need to change is your mindset. Success starts in the mind before it ever shows up in your reality. Your thoughts are shaping your future whether you realize it or not. The question is, are they shaping the life you want, or are they keeping you stuck where you don't want to be? Words have power. Every word you speak is planting a seed in your mind, shaping how you see yourself and the world around you. Most people don't realize that their success or failure starts with the way they talk about themselves. If you keep saying, I'm broke, I'm not good enough, I can't do this, your mind will accept that as truth and your actions will follow. Your brain doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's repeated. It just believes what you tell it the most. People who succeed don't just think differently, they speak differently. They declare victory over their lives even before they see it. They tell themselves, I'm built for this. I am worthy of success. Doors are opening for me even when nothing has happened yet. They understand that their words are like commands being sent out into the world. When you speak with confidence, when you affirm success over your life, your mind starts searching for ways to make those words a reality. Some people think positive words are just wishful thinking, but that's not true. The way you speak influences your mood, your confidence, and your actions. When you say, I can't do this, your energy drops and you hesitate. But when you say, I can figure this out, your brain starts looking for solutions. Your words shape your reality because they control your perspective, and your perspective controls your results. Look at highly successful people. They don't walk around speaking doubt and fear. Even when things go wrong, they reframe their words. They don't say, I failed. They say, I learned something valuable. They don't say, I'll never make it. They say, I'm on my way. It's not just about pretending things are easy. It's about controlling the narrative in your mind. When you master your words, you master your mindset. And when you master your mindset, you master your future. Too many people speak negativity over their own lives without realizing it. They say things like, I'll never get out of debt. I always mess up. Nothing good ever happens to me. Then they wonder why life keeps proving them right. Your words are either building your future or tearing it down. You have to be careful what you say, because every time you speak, you're giving instructions to your subconscious mind. If you keep repeating negative things, you are training your mind to expect failure, disappointment, and struggle. The good news is you can flip the script at any time. You can start choosing words that empower you instead of words that limit you. Instead of saying, I'm not good at this, say, I'm improving every day. Instead of saying, I'll never be successful, say, success is coming my way. At first it might feel strange because your situation hasn't changed yet, but that's the whole point. You have to speak it before you see it. Your words create a new expectation in your mind, and that expectation shifts the way you carry yourself. When you speak success over your life, you start making decisions that align with that success. You take more chances. You push past fear. You attract people and opportunities that match the energy you're putting out. But it all starts with what comes out of your mouth. If you want to change your life, change your words first. Speak it with confidence, say it with belief, and watch how your world starts to shift in ways you never imagined. Your circle determines your ceiling. The people you surround yourself with have a direct impact on your mindset, your ambition, and your success. If you spend time with negative, unmotivated people, their energy will pull you down without you even realizing it. You start adopting their habits, their way of thinking, and their excuses. You start believing that settling is normal, that complaining is just a part of life, and that success is only for a lucky few. Look at the most successful people in the world. They didn't get there by surrounding themselves with doubters, complainers, or people who have no drive. They made sure they were around people who pushed them to be better. They spent time with people who inspired them, challenged them, and helped them grow. They understood that if you want to reach the next level, you have to connect with people who are already there or are on their way. The truth is, you become like the people you spend the most time with. their mindset, their habits, their beliefs, all of that rubs off on you. If you hang around 5 lazy people, you'll be the 6th. If you spend time with 5 ambitious, hardworking individuals, you'll naturally start adopting their drive and discipline. Your environment shapes your actions, and your actions shape your result. Some people feel guilty about outgrowing certain relationships, but the reality is not everyone is meant to go where you're going. You don't have to cut people off completely, but you do have to be mindful of how much access they have to your mind and energy. If every conversation with someone leaves you feeling drained, doubtful, or uninspired, that's a sign that they are holding you back. Successful people are intentional about who they allow in their inner circle because they know how valuable their time and energy are. There's a difference between loyalty and limitation. Loyalty means you care about someone, but it doesn't mean you have to let them hold you back. Some people will never understand your vision because they weren't given that vision. That's okay. Your job isn't to make them see it, it's to protect it. That means surrounding yourself with people who speak life into your dreams instead of tearing them down. If you don't have a strong circle yet, start by consuming the right content. Read books, listen to podcasts, watch videos of successful people who inspire you. The more you immerse yourself in success, the more your mind starts adapting to that level. Over time, you'll naturally start attracting like-minded individuals who match your new mindset. Your environment is everything. The people you surround yourself with will either push you higher or pull you lower. Be intentional about who has access to your time, your energy, and your mind. Choose wisely because the company you keep is shaping the person you're becoming. Your mind is constantly absorbing information, whether you realize it or not. Every conversation you have, every show you watch, every post you scroll through is feeding your thoughts and shaping your beliefs. If you're not careful about what you consume, your mind will be filled with negativity, distractions, and self-doubt. Most people don't fail because they lack talent or potential. They fail because they've allowed the wrong things to take up space in their minds. Think about what you expose yourself to daily. If you're always listening to gossip, watching drama, and engaging in negativity, that's what your mind is going to focus on. You start seeing the world through a negative lens. You become more doubtful, more fearful, and less motivated. You might not even notice it happening, but over time, your mindset starts shifting in the wrong direction. The things you consume don't just entertain you, they program you. Successful people protect their minds like a fortress. They don't waste energy on things that don't serve them. They are intentional about what they read, what they listen to, and who they surround themselves with. They understand that whatever they feed their mind will eventually show up in their actions, their decisions, and their results. They choose to consume things that uplift, educate, and inspire them. They listen to motivational messages, read books that challenge them, and have conversations that push them forward. Your brain is like a sponge. It soaks up whatever you put in front of it. If you constantly expose yourself to stories of success, lessons from great minds, and powerful affirmations, your thoughts will start to shift. You'll begin to see more possibilities instead of obstacles. You'll start believing in yourself more. You'll feel more motivated to take action. But if all you consume is negativity and nonsense, you'll struggle to break free from doubt and hesitation. Most people underestimate how much their environment affects their mindset. It's not just about what you watch or listen to. It's also about who you allow into your life. If you're surrounded by people who constantly complain, criticize, and spread negativity, that energy is going to rub off on you. You might think you're strong enough to ignore it, but over time, it seeps into your thinking. The same way junk food affects your body, Junk thoughts affect your mind. Being intentional about your mental diet doesn't mean avoiding reality or ignoring challenges. It means choosing to focus on things that empower you instead of things that drain you. It means feeding your mind with knowledge, inspiration, and motivation that push you toward your goals. If you want success, you have to train your mind for it. You have to program yourself for growth, confidence, and resilience. What you put into your mind today will shape the person you become tomorrow. Success starts in the mind before it ever shows up in reality. Everything you have ever achieved, everything you will ever accomplish begins with a thought. If you can't see it in your mind first, you'll never hold it in your hands. The problem is most people let their current circumstances dictate their vision instead of using their vision to change their circumstances. They look at where they are right now and assume that's all they'll ever be. But successful people operate differently. They see beyond their present situation. They create a mental picture of the life they want, and they hold on to that image until it becomes real. The way you think determines the way you act. If you believe you are capable, you will take bold steps. If you believe you are limited, you will hesitate, procrastinate, and settle for less. Your brain doesn't know the difference between reality and imagination. It only follows the instructions you give it. That's why visualization is so powerful. When you see yourself winning in your mind, your brain starts looking for ways to make it happen. You start attracting the right ideas, the right people, and the right opportunities. Think about athletes. Before they step onto the field, they visualize themselves scoring, winning, and celebrating. They don't just practice physically, they train their minds to expect victory. The same principle applies to life. If you want success, you have to see it before you have it. You have to walk with the confidence of someone who already knows they're going to win. You have to speak, think, and act like the person you are becoming, not the person you used to be. Most people let doubt block their vision. They think, what if I fail? What if it doesn't work? But successful people ask, what if I win? What if this is my moment? They train their minds to focus on possibilities instead of problems. They don't let fear take control because they understand that fear is just a product of the mind. The same energy you use to imagine failure can be used to imagine success. Your subconscious mind is always listening. If you constantly feed it with images of struggle and failure, that's what it will create. But if you fill it with images of success, abundance, and achievement, it will start moving in that direction. That's why it's so important to visualize your goals every single day. See yourself living the life you want. Picture yourself walking into that dream job, driving that car, living in that house, achieving that goal. Feel the emotions as if it's already real. The more you do this, the more your brain will accept it as a possibility. Successful people don't wait for their circumstances to change before they believe in themselves. They believe first, and that belief changes their circumstances. They don't just dream, they mentally prepare for the dream to come true. They see the victory before it happens, and that vision pulls them forward. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hands. Your future is already inside you. It's just waiting for you to believe in it. Nobody is coming to save you. Too many people sit around waiting for a miracle, waiting for someone to give them an opportunity, waiting for life to suddenly change. But life doesn't work like that. If you want success, if you want to change your situation, you have to take control and make it happen. Nobody is going to knock on your door and hand you the life you want. Nobody is going to do the work for you. It's on you to take responsibility, make a plan, and go after it with everything you've got. People waste years blaming their circumstances, their past, or the people around them for why they aren't where they want to be. They tell themselves stories about why they can't succeed. They say they don't have the right connections, the right education, the right resources. But the truth is, success isn't about what you have. It's about what you do with what you have. The people who make it aren't the ones who were handed everything on a silver platter. They're the ones who refuse to accept excuses. They took what little they had and made something out of it. They figured it out. Waiting will kill your dreams. There will always be a reason to delay, always a reason to hesitate, always something that makes you feel like you're not ready yet. But if you keep waiting for the perfect time, you'll be waiting forever. The people who succeed are the ones who start before they feel ready. They take action even when they're scared. They push forward even when they don't have all the answers. They understand that movement creates momentum. The more steps you take, the more doors start to open.